Hello and welcome to episode 42 of Raw and Score Trivia. Any Hitchhiker's Guide fans out there? No, you're playing trivia in your spare time. Of course you're a Hitchhiker's Guide fan. I am the Quizzard and I have another bone to pick today. I thought my rant about black and white being colours would be my only one, but I guess people still don't respect my Quizzard knowledge and think I'm sometimes wrong. I have never been wrong, I never will be wrong, I'm the bloody Quizzard, and if you've heard me make a mistake, that's only because mankind's understanding of science and nature is yet to catch up with me. Anyway, I've had a few questions about continents, mainly revolving around Oceania/Australia. Most of the listeners of Raw and Score are from Australia, so they like to think that Australia is the only country in our continent because for some reason that's what we all learnt at school. But it's not true. There are actually 14 countries, including in the continent of Australia/Oceania, including Tonga and Vanuatu. If you don't believe me, Google how many countries does each continent have, or Google a map of the continents, and you'll see they always include those surrounding countries. Otherwise, poor New Zealand would be continentless, and you don't want New Zealand to be continentless, do you? How could you? There's still some people who argue that it's just 3 countries, Papua New Guinea, New Zealand, Australia, in our continent, but they are in the minority. I'm in the majority. I win, you lose. Goodbye. So just to confirm, if I ever ask a question about continents and countries and Oceania has 14 countries. And black and white are goddamn colours. Now never question me again. But seriously, do please question me if I make a mistake because I like to go fix them. Alright, rant over, let's play. We score out of 35 points in Raw and Score with 20 single point questions in the question round, a really stupidly hard question which is worth 5 points, a bonus round after the question round which is worth 5 points, and a game that we play throughout the question round which is worth 5 points as well. This week the game is acrostic answers. In this game, the first letter of the first few answers will spell out something related to a clue that I give you. So for example, if the first answer was cars, the second answer was aliens, and the third answer was trains, CAT spells cat, and that would be our answer. Importantly, the words the, a, or an don't count, so if it was a ball, the letter you would get would be B, not A. This week, the clue that I'm giving you is it is a TV show, so don't forget to spell out the name of a TV show with the first letter of the first few answers in the question round, which is starting now. Question 1. Which planet in our solar system is the 4th from our sun? Mars. Question 2. What is the first letter of the Greek alphabet? Alpha. When I typed that out, I realised that's why the alphabet is called the alphabet. Alpha, then beta. Alpha, beta, alphabet. Does everyone else already know this? Am I late to the party? Question 3. In The Simpsons, when Homer became a baseball mascot, what was his mascot name? Dancing Homer. Very original. I feel like I want to do another Simpsons special. I've got lots of Simpsons questions piling up again and I need to get them out of my system. Question 4. Which Premier League team is nicknamed the Red Devils? That's Manchester United. Question 5. What is the term for the boundary around a black hole beyond which nothing can escape? The event horizon. Question 6. Pyongyang is the capital city of which country? North Korea. Question 7. What is the smallest breed of dog in the world? The Chihuahua. I don't get people who like small yappy dogs. They're louder, angrier, and less cute than big boys. My big 40-kilogram girl is terrified of every dachshund she meets because she knows they're all actual psychopaths. Question 8. On which pole is Santa Claus said to live? The North Pole. Question 9. What is the national animal of the United States? The Bald Eagle. Question 10. Umbrella was arguably Rihanna's biggest hit song. Which other famous artist adds vocals to that song? Jay-Z. Question 11. If one side of a square is 8 centimetres long, what is the perimeter of the square? "32 centimetres is the perimeter." Question 12. How many items in half a dozen? Six. Question 13. Which former Friends star married Justin Theroux in 2015? Jennifer Aniston. Question 14. Which size is the next largest after Grande at Starbucks coffee shops? Venti. Question 15. Arachnophobia is the irrational fear of which creatures? Spiders. Question 16. In Star Wars, which planet is Luke Skywalker from? Tatooine. I love everything about Star Wars except for the movies. The video games are great, the music is great, the world is sick, lightsabers rule. The movies still manage to suck somehow though. Question 17. Which global sportswear brand is known for its 3-striped logo and clothes? Adidas. I can't explain why having 3 stripes down the side of your tracksuit pants is so much cooler than 2 or 4, but it totally is. Question 18. Metacritic is a website that rates video games out of a possible 100 points based on reviews. Which 1998 game is the best rated of all time with 99 out of 100 points? Zelda and the Ocarina of Time, followed by Soul Calibur and Grand Theft Auto 4. Question 19. The assassination of who is often regarded as the event that started World War I? Franz Ferdinand. And question 20. How many sides does a pentagon have? Five. Alright, that's it for the questions. I hope I didn't lose too many listeners from revealing my secret hatred of the Star Wars movies. Did you remember we were playing acrostic answers though? We were listening out for the first letter of the first few answers to spell out the name of a TV show. Lock in your answer now. The answer was Mad Men. Give yourself 5 points if that's the answer you got. Well done. Alright, coming up we have the really stupidly hard question and the bonus round for this episode. This week the bonus round is speed maths. See you in a second for that. We're back, so it's time for the trivia question. I have to read really quickly, otherwise the piece of paper it's written on bursts into flames. The really hard trivia question. Okay, I've got a hard question for you. 5 points if you can get this one right. Here it is. Elton John was not born with the name Elton John. What was his full name, including any middle names, at birth? Was it John Smith? Bob Barker? Figgity Fop Fibbly Blob? Maybe. 5 more seconds to lock in your answer. Alright, The answer is Reginald Kenneth Dwight. He changed his name to Elton Hercules John in 1967. Well done to you if you got that right. 5 points to you. Now we're moving straight on to the bonus round, and I'm so sorry to deprive you of your favourite speed maths, but we're not doing speed maths today. It's another surprise memory test. In this bonus game, I'm going to give you some questions about things that have already happened in this episode. It might be my rant at the start. It might be something that I've asked you. It might be the answer to one of the questions. It could be anything. All you've got to do is get the 5 questions right. They're worth 1 point each. I've said it before and I'll say it again. If you're one of the people that skips through me talking, you are in big, big trouble. All right, surprise memory test starting now. Question 1. In acrostic answers, we were spelling the TV show Mad Men. Which answer gave us the letter D in Mad Men? We know it starts with a D. The answer was Dancing Homer. Question 2. What was the last question in the question round and what was the answer? The last question was, how many sides does a pentagon have? And the answer was 5. Question 3. I told you what year Elton John changed his name. What year was it? Elton John changed his name in 1967. Question 4. In my beginning rant, I mentioned 2 countries that were included in the 14 countries in Oceania. What were they? You better have been listening properly to my rant. The 2 countries were Tonga and Vanuatu. Question 5, I'll give you half of the question 5 from the question round. Can you finish the question? The question was, what is the term for the boundary? Finish that question. Does it need to be exact words? Just give me the gist and give yourself the point if you get it. Alright, the question was, what is the term for the boundary around a black hole from which nothing can escape? And that wraps up the surprise memory test. Tally up whatever you got, add it to your score, and that's it for the points this round. Don't forget, find me on Facebook or Instagram and leave me a comment or a message with your name and score, and I'll give you a shout out at the end of a show. This week I've heard from Rick, who scored 22.5, which was his best score all year. Christy and Kumar, who scored a 19 and then a 24, which was their best score all year. I heard from Laura and Robbie, who scored 26, which was their best score all year. I heard from the propagation team at Tarawood, who scored 26. They're a smart bunch, them propagators, unlike me, who had to Google what propagation was. And I also heard from Robbie, who scored an 18 in the Breaking Bad special episode. Thanks so much for sending in your scores. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you next week with another episode of Roar and Score. Bye.